Good morning, web spiders. Today's Tuesday, March 6, 2018. So glad you're in the web. I want to give a big shout out to Mrs. Honeycutt's second grade class. They have a guest teacher all this week. And this guest teacher subbed for them one time last semester. And she made the comment that Mrs. Honeycutt's second grade classroom is the best class she has ever subbed for. Ever. So thank you, Mrs. Honeycutt's class, for being so wonderful when we have guests in our web. You guys are doing it right. You're making good choices. You're practicing self-control. I bet you're being flexible too. So thank you for that. I'm so proud of you. You just filled my bucket way, way, way up to the top. And I can't wait to get a report on how well you guys do today. So thank you for that. Fourth graders will be I-STEP testing today. So I just wanted to remind you that at about 8:35, I'll get on the intercom and I'll have everyone line the hallways, and we are going to play some music, and we're going to give them high fives and wish them well on their tests. Mrs. Clendenning had several kiddos that earned prizes for doing their guidance homework. So in Miss Machino's class, I've got Kayla, Hallie, and Jacob. In Mrs. Williams' class, I have Evelyn, Mason, and Justice. In Mrs. Pate's class, I have Colton, Sammy, and Elijah. Mrs. Bartram's class, I have Milton and Max. And in Mrs. David's class, I have Jasmine, Brittany, and Maddie. So you guys can see Mrs. Clendenning sometime this morning for a prize for doing your guidance homework. Thank you for that. Yesterday, Cole Bridges, you did have a birthday. I did it on the PA, but I didn't do it on the announcement, so I want to make sure I gave you another shout out today. And then Logan Gomes from Mrs. Bridges' class has a birthday today, and Addison King from Mrs. Bartram's class has a birthday today. So happy birthday to you guys. Come to the office sometime today. Get a birthday backpack charm. Let me check my staff list because I haven't looked at March birthdays at all. And Mrs. Stevens, Deborah Stevens in our cafeteria, has a birthday today too. So she's the lady that you give your card to. So when you're going through the lunch line today, wouldn't it be awesome if every single spider said happy birthday to Mrs. Stevens, the lady that takes your card through the line? So make sure you tell her happy birthday today, okay? Got some of my choir friends that just joined me today. Introduce yourself. Tell us who your homeroom teacher is.
I'm Gabe Kaufman. I'm from Miss McGuire's. I'm Dodge Cooper, and I'm from Ms. McGuire's class. I'm Georgia Card. I'm from Miss.
So at this time, if you would please stand and push your chair in, we're going to have a moment of silence. And Dodge, when we get done with our moment of silence, we'll do our pledge, okay? Okay, let's do our moment of silence. And now for our pledge. Ready? Here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so third graders, right? Do you guys have any advice for the fourth graders taking I-STEP today? They're starting their I-STEP test today. Use all your time. I love that, Gannon. You can go back as many times as you want and check your work, can't you? Absolutely.
When you get to the end that says end of section, go back to the ones that you either bookmarked or haven't done and do them.
Okay. So again, review your work. Review. Yeah. No one says you can't do it 3 different times to check to make sure you get the same answer each time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any advice, Georgia?
It's not. It seems scary, but it's not really that
okay.
scary.
Awesome. So if you read carefully and just do it, it's really not that bad, is it? Okay. But I would remind you to read carefully. One of the biggest mistakes I saw when third graders took I-STEP was maybe they didn't answer the question being asked. So go back. And then I did notice in the questions that had several parts, sometimes you have to go back to the first part to get information you need to solve the second part. So just make sure that you read really carefully, right? Okay. Thank you for your advice, guys. Thank you for that. Ready for our creed? Ready for a terrific Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Me too. Remember at 8:35, we're going to give high fives to our fourth graders and wish them well on their test. Here we go.
I am a member of the Webb family.
I take pride in myself and my school. I promise to do these things every day. I will only say positive things to myself and others. I will respect and trust others. I will insist on giving my personal best. I will discuss and listen actively. I will expect and give truth and honesty. I am glad to do my part to make Web School a place where everybody is somebody special. I want you to make it a great day. Let's talk about flexibility. You might have to be a little bit flexible. One of the ways you're going to have to be flexible today, guys, is with your voice. You have to be kind of quiet while the upstairs is going to be full of test takers. So be super duper quiet when you're even going to music or art, because we want to make sure that they can concentrate and do their best. So flexibility there. And then also flexibility with, we're all going to be on computers. So if you're doing something in your classroom on computers, that is fine. But if there's any way you could do something other than being on computers, maybe it won't stress our internet load as much. Okay, so try to think creatively and be flexible. Life is 10% what happens and 90% on how you react to it. So think about that. If we're really stressed or anxious about something, it's the way we're reacting to something, isn't it? 10% about what happens and 90% about how you react to it. If you are truly flexible, there is really very little that you can't accomplish in your lifetime. Maybe it doesn't happen today and you want it to happen today, but that flexibility, that character trait of flexibility, you're going to persevere, you're going to keep trying, and eventually you're going to get there, right? So don't be rigid like the popsicle stick. Stay flexible. Try it a different way. Do it a new way. Phone a friend. Ask for help. You will get there if you stay flexible, okay? Make it a great day in the web. Make sure you are. Try it one more time. Make sure you are
Doing it right.
Oh, that was so much better. Thank you, Spider.